Mr. Command, please put a protection around our group. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Good everybody with us. And we have another great show as we did last night. So if you're just coming in here, welcome. And a little bit of background. I am the commander, CmdrAleon, of the host of WESU FM Sunday morning show, Cosmic Eye Radio. That's every Sunday morning on NPR Pacifica Radio affiliate. Also, I'm the host of this show, the with the Ashtar Command and everything else, the Encounter Show, our spiritual UFO talk show, the top UFO talk show on social media. April, welcome. Jose, welcome. Everybody coming in here, wherever you are. So good to see everybody here. Henrietta, everybody, Shirley, and all the people I see here, names, Naza, Wendy, Michael, John Lobos, Toolbag, Tank Hill, Pyramid PI, Rainbow Crystals, good to see you. Summer, everybody, Patrick, everybody out there, Christopher, good to see you. We're doing pretty good here tonight. Marinette, peace, love, and light to you. Rainbow and Crystals, Jess, Matthew Robbins, everybody coming in here, welcome. If you're just coming in here because the algorithm on TikTok said I'm live, stick around, because the algorithm on TikTok will tell you that I'm live and you're here. So stick around, listen to the algorithm this time, because the algorithm is right. You're going into a good talk show here. Cosmic Christie, welcome. Spice King, good to see you. Everybody coming in here. And we're going to have another great show. We don't know who is out there. We don't know who we're going to be interviewing tonight. But we know there'll be some stories to tell. And every story is usually a pretty good one. Always. So, hey, Sprites, good to see you. I'm just looking at all the different names. Mary Ramble something, Marion Strong, Johnny Derringer, I think it is. Pam, welcome Pam. Albert, and everybody out there, wherever you are. Welcome to the show. It's a Thursday night, almost near Friday, 1 hour till Friday morning. Hey, Scrubs USA, good to see you. Hey, Sherry. And good to see you, Scott Hammonds, good to see you. Ron, Evan, I see some new names. Uncle Chad, I think it is. Welcome, Uncle Chad. Nicholas, welcome to the show. 1000 PM0, Bobby Ford, I think it is. Patty, welcome Patty. Richie 115. Everybody out there, wherever you are around the world, welcome. Sacred Dance, that's a good name. Welcome everybody coming in here from wherever you are, we see you. And the show, if you're not familiar with this show, it is a show. It's on usually at 11 o'clock at night. And our show is the -- spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Rainbow ET crystals have some ET races taking our babies while we're pregnant. Back over 30 years ago, within the last 30 years, going way back, it all stopped. There were races of other beings, Zeta, that would basically take babies, but they wouldn't take the babies of human babies. They would take the babies that they had procreated with humans to bring back more of a hybrid race. But that would be going back before the abductions were actually stopped, based on your question. Yeah, so that's not happening anymore, at least to my knowledge. Dorinda, welcome. Everybody coming in here. Welcome all the new people. And the way it works here, if you have over 200 followers, if you have 200 plus followers, we can bring you on and interview you. The things we do here are intergalactic, galactic, cosmic related, no paranormal discussion. So if you've had visitations with non-terrestrial beings or space beings or what have you. We want to hear your story. If you're having ongoing documentation of spaceship sightings in your area, or what you call UFOs, we want to hear about those things too. Bigfoot, mer people, that whole area. We get into the subterranean cities of Atlantis, city of Telos, all those things that do exist on Earth. We talk about that as well. So we're not your nuts and bolts, so to speak, UFO talk show. We get into quite a few things here, as you will find out. And it's about 12 after 11. Our audience is kind of weird. Our audience increases as it gets later on the East Coast. We have people from other parts of the world that are just getting up, from Europe and other places that come in here from all over the place. So we're glad to have everybody in here from all over the world, wherever you may be. And we just welcome you to the show. Again, if you're over 18, you can be interviewed very specifically. Over 18, no smoking, no drinking in general, no cursing or whatever foul language on the program, and also essentially no paranormal discussions. There's 10,000 other TikTok type of programming here, or people, hey, Lavella, good to see you, that actually get into that stuff. We don't do that here. We get really into the whole cosmic realm, and that's really the realm where we stay. And then again, if you have over 800 followers, you can come on with audio and video. Over 200, just strictly audio until you get to 800. Bernie, good to see you. Blessings, brother. Good to see everybody coming in here. And I know as more people come in here, we're going to have a story to tell. There's 121 people in here. I bet out of that 118, 121, some of you folks have had encounters. Some of you, hey, poor decisions, good to see you. Some of you have had encounters. Some of you have had visitations. Some of you have been taken off planet. Hey, Gary, good to see you. Not only taken off planet, but also have had video documentation of your sightings, which is fantastic. People are recording things now. People are using their phones to try to do the best they can to record the things that are happening around them regarding extraterrestrial spaceships. All these things are being recorded by people, and I think that's phenomenal. And the thing is, in truth, we're also about disclosure, about busting the matrix. And if people record these things and get good recordings to the best they can, that's better than anything you're going to get from any government. Hey, Waco Gal, good to see you. Because most of the governments, let me tell you, if they don't show you some real good footage, I think the people out here sometimes have better footage than whatever the U.S. government's showing you, or the British government, or France, or anybody. Which, in fact, those governments don't really show us anything, right? They don't really tell us anything. Wooden Chicken, good to see you. Yeah, there's a lot of sightings lately. So have you had a lot of sightings, Wooden Chicken? You said crazy amount of sightings lately. User 567633 something about they are on high frequency. The radio is broken. Hey, Woody Chicken. Hello, Linda. So we have an incredible amount of sightings happening all over the world now. They've increased within the last 2 years. People are more aware, or people are just having sightings. There are people documenting all over the world stuff, which is kind of crazy in a good way. Susie Beach Toes, good to see you. So when you see the recordings, I just posted a recording. I haven't posted it here. I got to do this. This recording is so good in so many ways. That happened the other day somewhere. It was in Lantana, Florida. Lantana, Florida, off the coast of the Atlantic, in the sky, in a partly clear sky, mostly clear with some clouds. A bright lit luminous object appeared. The person recorded it, and it stayed, it went really bright, and then it dimmed out, went really bright. It looked like it was hovering, and then within minutes later, the thing it's gone. It just disappeared. It is really a incredible video. And it's not like you're not seeing this huge, big UFO or spaceship, but you're seeing a really incredible video. It was one of the things that I thought was interesting. I got to post it here. I know a lot of people are going to want to watch it and see it. So I'm always getting pictures, videos from people, but this video was really good. And if you're new, stick around here. Woody Chicken says, I haven't, but I believe I'm telepathic with them. When you say you're telepathic with them, Woody, would you tell us who them are? I'm very interested. You just said, I'm telepathic with them, and I have telepathy too. I'm telepathic. So tell me, like when you say with them, can you explain who them is? That would be interesting. I'm telepathic with them. See, I read to people's comments, and when I pull a comment out that's like that, there's something going on, without a question. Let me see what Woody has to say. Did you see the portal in New York? Are you talking about those metal things that were in the city where you can see to the other city or something? User 123. I've seen on YouTube, I mean, not on YouTube, on here. I don't know if it's something that's set up with a screen to another place in another city. So if that's what you're talking about, I've seen those. Matt says, first contact, I was 6, 7 years old and still ongoing. I'm 47. Matt, would you like to, let's everybody follow Matt. Matt has had, let's see here, Matt has 74. Everybody follow Matt. Matt says, first contact, I was 6 to 7 years old and I'm 47 now. The contacts, he says, are ongoing. Now he's 47 years old, so since he was 6 to 7 years old, he's been having contact, and he's 47 years old. Everybody follow him. Everyone follow Matt. We're going to try to get you on the show tonight. We'll do it. Hey, Summer Mason, good to see you. Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, I think those are new technology. I don't think it's I don't think it's an actual portal. I think it's a screen where they're able to put these in other countries like Dublin, Ireland, or wherever, and they're able to interconnect and make it look like it's a portal. But I don't know that for sure. But I have heard of it. I mean, I've seen them. So we have to get Matt up to 200, Matt. We have to get up to 200 followers for you to get you on here. We'll do it. Our audience gets bigger as the night goes on here. So, and in the meantime, if you too have had any encounters, or like Matt have been in having direct encounters, and since you were 6 or 7, he's now 47, and he's still having encounters with non-terrestrial beings. I think that's pretty amazing. And every story I ever hear here is always different than the next. Every story I ever hear here, it's always going to be different. People always having different experiences. I find it quite amazing. And I can tell you, on other things, we are getting ready to. I was on a ship recently, but only remembers being sent back, nothing else. Interesting, Rainbow and Crystals. You remember being on a ship, but only remember being sent back, nothing else. That's interesting. So the only thing you remember is being on a ship. Well, at least you can remember you were being on a ship. The question is, you don't remember like what the beings looked like or anything when you were taken on the ship? Interesting. Hey, Dusty. Hello from Virginia. User 123. I had telepathic contact. I felt pressure in my frontal lobe, and they spoke, and it scared my wife. Oh, DZ says, I saw a UFO when I was 5. I'm 54. Oklahoma 405. I haven't had a chance to look at that yet, and I've gotten so many messages and so forth. Please resend it. I'll probably get to it. Now I see two potential interviews here. DZ, actor, The Doors, Jim Morrison. DZ, if you'd like to come on, we'd like to have you. User 123. 123. If we can get people to follow him, he's just shy of 200. He has 175 followers. I think you have an interesting story. I had telepathic contact. I felt pressure in my frontal lobe, and they spoke, and it scared my wife. So I have two different people here I'm going to interview. Let's see. DZ, if you'd like to come on, would you just say yes, and we'll do an interview with you? You have enough followers to go on. And also DZ, we want to do an interview. I mean, user 123 want to interview you as well. I might end up, once I get user 123 at 200, we can do that. I'm going to just do this here. I'm going to pin his comment. I had telepathic contact. I felt pressure in my frontal lobe, and they spoke, and it scared his wife. Scared his wife because he had telepathic contact. Hey, James Rockefeller, good to see you. I've seen UFOs. Healing Vibe. Healing Vibe says I've seen UFOs. No, UFOs are non-terrestrial. Well, they could be our own government reverse engineered craft, but UFOs are not physical things. UFOs are unidentified flying objects, some of which are man-made by reverse engineered technology, others that are non-terrestrial that come from beyond Earth. So James Rockefeller says, I just channel. Let's see here. Whoops, let me go backwards here. It's always been the grays, the zeta. So the grays, so people use the word gray. So you've always had nothing mean or hurtful, vivid memory of them. So Matt has vivid memory of the zeta. I don't know if you're shadow banned, Brie Brella. I just see you now. Brie Bella, good evening. I see your comment right now. I don't know if you're being shadow banned or not. No problem, Brie Brella. I see you. I'm going back to the person DZ. DZ, we're going to bring you up here, I think. I just pressed the guest request to bring you up. If you want to come up here, we would like to talk to you about your UFO experience when you were 5 years old. You're 54 years old now. All you have to do is press the accept button, and we'd be happy to talk to you about your actual encounter. That's how we do it here. We just randomly pick people, and when they tell us their story. And we'd like to also get user 123 up here, who says he's telepathic and it scared his wife. I've never heard of anyone scaring their wife being telepathic. That's interesting. So he's 180. We need to just get him up 10 more, no, 11 more maybe. And we'll get user 123 up here. Still at 180. Everybody tap the screen. We want to go. Oh, we got him up here. Man, that quick, huh? Hey, DZ, welcome.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you pretty good. How you doing?
Okay, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, good. My headphones are working tonight.
Great.
They weren't working the other night. But tell us, where are you located? And this is interesting, about being telepath, about your UFO encounter.
Like I said, I'm 54 now, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It's so clear in my memory. I was living in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and I just was going up to my friend's house to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I left my front door, made a right, went up to the bottom of the street, the top of the street rather, and they lived on the corner.
Hmm.
And it was a very quiet neighborhood, a small development. Nobody was out. And I stopped in my tracks before I got to my friend's house. And I felt, I guess, frozen.
Frozen.
And
Before you continue, can you bring your your microphone? Can you press your camera to go on screen?
uh,
Is that possible?
I see the
It's
microphone. I don't see.
there is. If you there'll be like an icon for a camera. I'm looking at it right now. It's on your side of it. You'll see a bunch of things, and there should be like a little icon that looks like a camera. What you'll do is just
Oh,
press the camera, and it'll switch you back. It'll switch you on the video end of your phone, and you'll be able to see. We'll be able to see you. It should pop right up.
let's see. I see subscribe.
You'll see it.
I see it.
I know it's. I've helped people before with the camera thing. It's interesting. Let's see here. You'll see like a bunch of things, like a microphone, and then next to it,
I do see a bunch of things, but I don't
yeah,
see.
and a bunch of those things should be a camera.
Like
It's a little like a black. It's like a white little icon. You'll see the microphone.
I see the microphone. Yeah, I see that right.
Yeah. Yeah, but you do have a camera. You do have capabilities on camera now. So the only reason I know that because you have almost like over 929 followers here. We're just trying to help the get on the camera side.
I don't think I have.
So when you press on your profile, it pops right up on my screen here, and you'll see a microphone, a camera, gift, expand. It's in there somewhere. And if you can't find it, don't worry about it tonight.
Okay.
But so anyway, continue with your story. Go ahead.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, hey, here I am.
You
Okay,
did it.
know.
Amazing.
Okay.
Here we go.
So when I got to my friend's house, it was very quiet, and I stopped, and I
Hmm.
saw like there was like a brick house, and
Hmm.
behind the house there was this object. Now I'm 5. I have no idea what a
Right.
UFO is. No clue. So, but I know it's like an object. It has a shape to it. It's
Yeah.
silver. It doesn't make any noise, but it's moving in place.
Hmm.
And I'm frozen. I just stand there. And I have no recollection of walking back home. I just,
Yeah.
that's all I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it took. I can't remember that far back, but
Hmm.
I just feel like something happened to me. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know what. Like I was scanned. I don't think I was
Hmm.
taken or anything. I don't feel that way.
Yeah. Did you just hear something? I swear I got my headphones on. Now tell me, people, you heard this. At one point, less than a minute ago, I heard the word hey. Hey. Did anybody hear the word hey? Am I going nuts? Did
My phone
anybody just hear
glitched,
that?
but I don't know.
No, we heard something coming over my thing saying hey.
Really, you heard? Oh, someone else
Yeah,
heard.
I heard the word hey as clear as in English.
Oh,
But anyway,
okay.
continue. I don't know what's happening, but go
I don't.
ahead.
I don't. I didn't hear it.
Okay, no,
Or
no problem.
yay.
It's
Okay.
yay or hey. It's one or the other. It
Okay.
was definitely like hey, yay, or
That's
hey. It
weird.
was definitely so clear. It actually took me, and I just had to stop you for a minute because I heard the word yay or hey.
um.
Interesting. So,
So I
go
don't know.
ahead.
I just feel like I was either like just like scanned, like someone saw me and just kept me there for a moment and did whatever. And I don't know.
Hmm.
It just doesn't. Why would I remember that anyway? Like it's just like
Because you had an experience. Like as I'm listening to your story, my background's vast in the subject area of this. You're on the right show. If you're new to the show, we're glad
I
to
am.
have you with us here.
Thank you.
Always, we're glad to have you with us. Everybody was once new to my show when I started here, but yeah, I myself I've been a contactee since the '60s. I had human contact with beautiful men and women on a spaceship that wore light blue outfits, so I can relate to your story. And so you'll find in your experience that you probably, even though you don't think you were taken anywhere, you most likely were. You just don't remember that part of it. So as you're telling the story, there's a relationship there that you probably were taken. And I read into energy of people's stories. I do this all the time. As I listen, I really try to listen hard so I
Mm-hmm.
understand the story because I really care about the story that the person tells, which is your story.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot more to it, you know, at that time that went on. Do you feel a sense of like, I mean, to remember that part of it all these years,
Mm-hmm.
it impacted you in some way that you remember that part of it, right?
Yes. Yes. Very, very clear. I can see it. When I close my
You,
eyes, I see it.
yeah, you
You
can
know,
see it.
I can see like the weather was like kind of cloudy that day, and
Yeah,
I mean it was nice out. I was wearing, summer clothes, let's say.
yeah.
Hmm.
People are just commenting. I heard the word "hey." The word "hey." Now I've recorded this show is being recorded, so when I put this on my YouTube channel, I'm going to go back to your interview and listen to it with my headphones on. But I'm telling you, I heard the word "yay" or "hey," and I said I better say this because if I don't say anything, I'm going to be thinking about that all night. And yeah, so but your experiences, I think, did you feel a sense of like any beings or anything happening beyond just remembering the bits that you do remember? What'd you feel?
I felt like someone had taken like saran wrap and wrapped me, not tightly, not touching me, but around me, like to isolate me, just to stay still.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said, it was very quiet. There was no
Hmm.
cars on the road, no cars passing by, nobody coming in and out of their house. At least I didn't hear anything.
Right.
Like my hearing was shut off or something.
Uh, yeah. Not so much shut off. You were basically in a separate. You were actually in a different vibrational pattern. When I say that,
Okay.
the reason why nobody there was nothing, you didn't hear anything around you. You were not there. You were somewhere else. That's why you
Ah,
didn't hear anything.
that's
You weren't in your
exactly what I
normal
felt like.
environment. Would you normally hear something if you're in your house? If a car goes by or something, you would hear it, right?
Yeah, there's always
So D,
sounds. Always.
yeah, you owe us something. So you actually were taken somewhere else, but in an environment where it looked like you were still where you were, but you weren't where you were. You were
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
yeah. So like when you're dealing with non-terrestrial beings, depending who they are, they can make your environment similar to the environment you were in to make you just feel comfortable, or if they really don't want to do that, they'll just take you on to their spaceship and you'll see the spaceship as it is. But the more higher level beings of light or the more spiritual beings of light can take you on a spaceship and make it look similar to your environment in your home, even though you're not in your home. Like
Oh
I'm in a
wow.
living room, but if this living room wasn't my real living room and I was on a spaceship, that environment can be simulated so that my living room looks like I'm still on Earth in a living room when in fact I'm on a spaceship 20,000 miles away from Earth.
Wow. I mean, that
Yeah.
actually makes a lot of sense to me now.
Yeah.
It kind of clears
Absolutely.
things up for me. Yeah.
Okay. And just, I'm getting breaking news here. I can't believe this. We have a friend named April. She is in Vermont. She's been going off planet now 15 times, where there's a group of us, that are going to be going on a spaceship within a year. These are we call Ashtar Command. You probably never heard of it. These are basically human people like us, very loving men and women. They have families. They're from other planets. They're Christed beings of light. They work in the most beautiful way, um, and they're here to assist us. But we're also all connected. So somebody, Tommy Taylor, thanks Tommy. April, who's a friend of mine, who's coming to Connecticut for our big gathering May 25th. She was just taken off planet. She was on. I guess she must have been live tonight. They took her on the ship, so they open what they call a rift, and she goes right in, and she's on the ship. I didn't expect that she would be taken off planet that quickly again, but
Wow.
something must be going on. So we'll have updates on that when she gets back.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I just had to break in and let people know who know what's going on
Yeah.
that
Okay.
April's now been taken on the spaceship again.
Interesting.
Oh wow! River Blue says April's whole family showed up again. I'm sure I missed it. I was totally out before I came on live at 11. I was out of body. Hey, Cliff. Interesting. So your story is interesting because of the dynamics of what's going on. I think there's ways you can remember more than what you remember. Would
Really?
you like to kind of remember a little bit? Because it doesn't sound like it was a terrible experience. It sounds like you had an experience, you didn't feel afraid. You remember what you do remember since you were a kid, and you can find out a lot more about it. And I can help you do that if you like.
Yeah, I would love to. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
So I do this unconditionally. So one of the things, do you do any meditation, D?
Um, Only to help me sleep.
Let me help you
Insomnia.
sleep. You know what? I'm starting to think when I heard the word hey, um, I don't know how many minutes ago April was taken off planet, but I heard the word hey about, was it 10 minutes ago? Was April
Probably.
taken off planet 10 minutes ago? Did April, anyone who was with April, was she 10 or 11 minutes ago taken off planet? Was she? The people that were with her? Yeah, so she went live. I think what happened was the word hey was coming from our space family telling me, hey, I think it's connected to the Ashtar Command people that took April off planet. They were saying, hey, I didn't set the
Hmm.
starlight up tonight yet. I'm going to set it up Friday night. That's really interesting. I think there's a connection with the hay and April going off planet.
Oh boy.
I think that's absolutely what happened.
Hmm.
I don't believe I missed her. Her father just came in. I'm getting reports from everybody.
Oh.
We'll get into the story about that in a little bit. And matter of fact, if some of you who've been on her live want to come up and share the story about her going off planet after we get done with D, I want to hear you guys can come up and tell me what happened. Whoever wishes to come up. Uh, but I think if you want to do meditation, I'm going to focus on D right here.
Okay.
If you do meditation and use higher vibrational music, like could be I call it Christ conscious ambient music, you'll be able to put yourself into a state where you breathe like 3 or 4 times, breathe in through your mouth and out of your nostril.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be able to take yourself into a state where you're at peace, it's centered. You always want to be centered. And then at that point, you always want to be protected. So whenever you do meditation, not that anything negative is going to happen, but you want to protect yourself because now you're dealing with the cosmic realm where you want to make sure you're connecting back to those that took you on a ship, which is what they did.
Okay.
They made your environment look similar to the environment that you're used to on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when you do this, you'll meditate. You can choose the music you wish to choose. That's up to you. And just say, I'm a Christed being of light. As a kid, I remember being taken somewhere, and I don't remember who you are. And the way to protect yourself with that is, thank you, River, thank you for the cap, is to say that I wish to connect only with the star people, positive people of light that potentially took me when I was a kid, and I don't remember who you are, and I'd like to know more about you. And if
Okay.
they are Christed beings of light, only if they are, they can only come and interact with you if they are such as stated. So
Okay.
do you kind of understand what I'm going? Because I do these in my workshops in Connecticut. I teach people
Oh,
how to go
okay.
off planet and come back and so forth.
Okay.
With very specific things, going to a ship of golden light where they meet their galactic families of light. So there's very specifics I do. Um, so I
Okay.
think you can do it. I think
I'll try it. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll try.
you have a very beautiful energy about you. When I read the thank you, River, thank you. I read
Thank you.
people's energies, and you would never have a negative experience. I don't think you ever would. Your energy is very, very much positive. I think growing up, you were a very positive person. You tend to be very lovable with other people. You care about other people, correct?
Yes, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You have a very caring nature. Um, and yeah, you definitely always cared about people, and you're very connected to a galactic family somewhere out there. I don't know specifics, but
Okay.
you're. So what I do is I don't want to disempower anybody. One of the goals I have on my show is to empower you. I don't want to give you all the answers because I don't. Even if I had them, I wouldn't do that. I want you to get all the answers within you because that's the
Yes.
whole nature of it. Is to, and, your answers will come step by step. But I believe in the future, what that is could be in the next few weeks, that you will actually make some sort of mental contact. You can use telepathy, And and telepathy is just a way of mind to mind communications. Like you and I are speaking right now verbally,
Yes.
but you do have consciousness, and consciousness has no limitations with consciousness. And with consciousness, you will be able to eventually make that contact and find out who they are, because you definitely had some contact. You just don't remember it all. And it wasn't
Right.
like they were trying to blank your memory out. You're just
Okay.
not remembering all of it.
I'm
It's a
just
kind
not
of a
remembering.
suppressed memory, is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Good, good, good. And do you have any questions for me?
No, but I feel oddly more relaxed about it. Like, I don't
Hmm.
know. Just talking
You
to you.
feel more relaxed since you've been on the program, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you.
Strange.
So yeah, no, we're here to help you, and I do this unconditionally on my show for everybody. And I'm glad you came on here. I'm
Yeah,
glad you
thank
found the
you for
show.
having me. Thank you so
You're gonna
much.
you're gonna have a lot of friends on here. Everyone becomes friends with each other. I have people all over the world that can comment with each other, become friends. It's a place and a space where we're breaking the matrix. It's 30 years later. People really are all having experiences like yours. Everybody's experiences are unique and everyone's different.
I love
So yeah,
it.
thank
I
you for
love
coming.
good
Thanks for being
community.
on here.
Thank you
Everybody,
so
thank
much.
Dee.
Everyone,
It's
thank
been a
you for having
pleasure.
me. Thank you.
Hey, you're
Take
most
care.
welcome. Take care. You too.
Yep. Bye bye.
And we're gonna find out. We're gonna do some updates. This is important. Who am I bringing up? Who was on April's live? Who am I gonna bring up here? If you're on April's live and you have a lot of information about her and you have over 800 followers, you can come on live with us. I want to get some update reports. This just in, and this is really true. Now she was just taken off planet a few nights ago. Let's see here, and we'll take a few people. If you will get Cliff on here, we a few people that want to come up here. Please press the guest request, Cliff, and I bring some other people. Cliff is going to come on. I'm going to bring a few other people on here. Who else wants to come on? Who saw April go off planet? How many people out there was watching the program? I know Cliff was. I'm going to bring one more person on here. Who's that? Let's see. Paranormal. We're going to bring Paranormal on here. We'll take one more person. I'll make a third person. Who's the third person who wants to join us? We got Paranormal, you got Cliff, Papa
Hello,
Smurf.
paranormal.
Hello, Papa Smurf. Yeah, she
And
was
where was
playing.
I was out of body when she went off planet, I think.
Yeah,
Or
she
no,
was
maybe I was
playing.
on.
What's it called? We Are the World. Then the Spirit in the Sky, and then that's it.
What
Yeah,
a
she
thing.
did. We Are the World, Spirit in the Sky, and then she put on, I think it's the Fireworks song,
Fireworks.
and that's what. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. And then her father came through, and then she said the whole family was there.
Wow.
And then shortly after that, she said I have to go, and she
That's
signed off.
that's the key thing before she gets to be put back on the ship. She'll say, and it's like a key word, I have to go. Right?
Yes,
That's what she says.
and she told us before. She told us before this happened. She said now they sometimes they come through when I play these songs and I put the delayed lighting on. And she said, if this happens tonight, don't be worried because they're friendly, they're my family, they don't hurt me. And then they came
Right.
through
Well,
and they did take her.
yeah, yeah, they are her family.
Yes.
And I forgot to set up my lighting. Tomorrow night I'm going to set it up. I have this light I want to test out, and I'm going to see if the four space beings that are protecting us, if I get one of them to come through and visually through the lighting, show themselves. So I'm going to try to do that tomorrow night. It was Johnny of the third concert. It was beautiful. Let me see here. I'm going to bring Johnny up here. Johnny, I'm bringing you up here, brother. Um, I got to bring Johnny up here too. And I know Papa
Hey,
Smurf,
Johnny.
Paranormal. Hey
Hello,
Johnny, how you doing? How you
Hey
doing,
Ken. How
Johnny?
you doing?
Where was I when I this is the weirdest thing you folks are gonna
You were
I
sleeping, Commander.
yeah, but when I got on my show, I swear when my guest I just had on D, in the first few minutes of my interview, I heard the word hey. Pure English saying hey. And I don't know that happened when she was taken off because I don't think she had been taken off yet when I first got on here. And I heard the word, there's a lot of people in here saying, I heard the word hey. I was already live. Okay, so I was live.
Yeah,
And
you
then I
were
hear this
live.
word, I heard the word hey. And people said, and I thought I was going crazy. I said to people in the audience, I said, did you hear the word hey? Or is it just me? I heard the word hey in the middle of the interview. And I have a feeling that was like, that could have been from our space family saying, hey, and I heard it
Could be.
like in my ear pods. I can't prove anything, but I heard the word "hey" as clear as. And when I play the show back, and when I put it on YouTube, I'm going to listen to the first few minutes. So I think it could have been anything. But who the heck says "hey" in the middle of a broadcast? And everybody heard it,
Yeah.
and it was loud.
Yeah, because this happened shortly. I seen your notification that you came on live, but
Right.
I was basically, I don't think any other moderators was on, so I was moderating her
Yeah.
show. But it wasn't too long after, maybe 5-7 minutes or so
Yeah.
after you started, that this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
Isn't
five
that pretty?
minutes. Yep, about
Yeah,
5 minutes.
Isn't that pretty? That's got. Isn't that pretty weird?
I didn't know what happened.
you didn't, you wasn't on there, paranormal.
Yeah, I saw it live. I saw she disappear.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did. I mean, now I
she
know
said
because
they're
you guys
here.
told me.
Yeah, she said I have to go, and that's what she means. They're taking her on the ship again.
Yeah, I know. Let me, as I'm reading into this a little bit more, I have a feeling something dramatic's going on, and I think she's going to be coming back with a lot more information. I don't. I'm trying to tune in a little bit, Johnny, and I know you're. I know all of us have some abilities for different things, but I get the feeling. Something really important. They had to take her. Our whole family came, which is beautiful. But I think there's
Yeah,
more information that's going to be brought forth that they want her to.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I think something. I think. I mean, I'm like all amped up here tonight. I was out before I came live. I woke up just right before 11 o'clock, and then I said I got to go live, and I was on the air about 7 after 11 p.m. Eastern. Then I had Dee on here, beautiful, beautiful lady. And then I hear the word "hey," and it just like threw me off. I said, "What's going on here?" And it's not like it was interference from somebody else's live. It wasn't. It was right in my ear pods, and I heard it. And then that was probably, and I can't assume anything. And I don't know whether that happened after she was taken off planet or before.
I'm
You
trying to
know,
think. It was
and
so close, Commander. It was, I mean, literally, it was probably within minutes after you said
yeah.
that, you know?
It's pretty weird. That's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
Lexicon thinks she's going to be back in an hour or so. She might very well be back in an hour. She doesn't, on Earth time, Lexicon, in a way, you're right. She doesn't always, she's not usually off planet for Earth time in about an hour, but she could be off the planet for about 4 or 5 weeks, but an hour in Earth time. We don't talk about Fernando flat or round Earth or diamond Earth or purple or marshmallow Earth. This is a UFO related spiritual talk show. But I think that's what's going on. I think April is going to have a lot of information, you know, um, and hopefully they'll help her a little bit. The whole family was there. We'll see if they can help her a little bit more on another level because they hear everything and they hear about her. They're her biological cosmic family, so we'll see what they do there.
yeah,
But in terms of the cosmic part of her, they're really bringing back information that's important for the planet. And so, you know, as we have been with it, many of you have been friends with her for a long time and know her as I do. Um, and I think that's important to understand for people that don't know who April is. Those of us here do know who she is. And she is also a dear friend. We've met through TikTok with Johnny, Cliff, and Paranormal Ghostbusters. A lot of people know our friend April in Vermont. And she is a real contactee. The word contactee means having real physical contact with positive star people. In this case, she is having contact with her biological cosmic family, and they're from off planet. My biological cosmic family and Johnny's also come from off planet. And I would say it's pretty much anybody. I'm sure Papa Smurf has a family somewhere in the star system out there that is related to him. And so, no, so with anybody out here, what I'm saying is it's not exclusive. I think everybody does have star family off planet somewhere. They really do.
Yeah,
But
I've
in this
got
case,
I've
oh,
got
go ahead.
three of those. I've got three of those things up in the sky. One is towards the east. One is towards the north, and then I
Hmm.
got another one towards the south. And like the Mikey things,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some
and
of the Mikey things. Yeah,
they're all still when I first go out there, and I'll look at one. I can pick it right out. As soon as
yeah,
I look, I know which one it is from a star, and I
yeah,
wave and I said, "Hi, I love you." And as soon as I say, "Hi, I love you," it starts shooting all over the sky,
yeah,
and all three
yeah.
of them does that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand completely. So yeah, and when we talk about Mikey, we April has what they call she calls it a Mikey, which protects her, and also she has fairies, all these beautiful fairies with her. The Bigfoots, and she's in the mountains of northern Vermont, and I used to live in Vermont in Washington County, so I know the area. And so she's this is the fifth. I keep track. This is the 15th time that she's been taken off planet.
That's
15th time.
amazing, isn't it?
It's
It was
amazing, and
what was the last one? Just a couple days ago, right?
a few days ago. But normally I'll tell her if
Yeah,
she's going off planet. I didn't say anything because I wasn't getting any indication that she was going off planet again so soon. So I was really taken off guard on that one, you know.
yeah.
And I think thank you, Dee, for the roses. Oh, Fan, you were in her live when she was. You know, a lot of people were watching her when she went off. Again, I missed that one, but I'm sure she'll have things to say about that. So you can figure she'll be back on Earth now. Again, it's not an exact science, but usually within an hour, maybe 2 hours. But she'll be back between an hour and 2 hours. But she'll have been off planet potentially for a month. So we understand off planet there's no sense of time. On Earth, everything is based on time. So they try to bring her back within a timely manner in Earth time, but off planet there's no time. She'll tell you when she comes back that she was off planet for a month or 2 weeks or 5 weeks, and that's because there's no time in space. Odina says, strange. I think somehow she knew because she mentioned she may go on her live, or she mentioned it at some point that she may go back on the ship.
Yeah, she said it a couple times.
Mhm.
She said, "If they come for me, don't worry."
Well, yeah, and she doesn't want you to worry because this is her family. These are men and women, and her biological cosmic family. They are a little bit taller than we are, but they are her family from off planet, and they love her very much, you know.
Hey,
And
Commander, I'll be right back, my friend. I have to drop down for a moment. I'll be right
no
back.
problem. As long as you don't come off planet, you'll be good.
No, I should be on Earth still. If I do
Okay,
go off,
good.
I'll let you know.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I'll let you down. Hey, let me do this here. And he will be back. So, you know, Cliff, it's really interesting. 15 times already since I've known her, and since anyone, you know, since you've known her, I
Yeah.
track it mentally 15 times. And, you know, I just, you know, I mean, my parents know I'm a little bit impatient when I hear this, you know, so that little impatientness is always good. It's just that part of me comes out and says, okay, I'm in my living room right now. Let's see Robar and Luna and my family, my two sisters, come in my living room and say it's time to go.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, and I might be surprised one night and they might just, you know, show up and, you know, whatever, but I'm told it won't be for at least another 12 months. I don't know
Once
why.
you get once you hook up your little special lighting thing,
Yeah.
why don't you try with your Alexa playing some of the songs like April does? Maybe because they like the music, maybe they'll
Yeah,
come through for you.
it might. I have to
It
make
it,
sure
it,
though.
it, it would be something to try, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to
But
wake anybody up in the house with the music because everyone's
oh yeah,
sleeping.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'd be not having a good night.
No,
I'd be out on the porch.
you'd have to
No, I'm just
just
kidding.
ask them to come through. Yeah,
Right.
just ask
You
them to
know.
come through for you. They might.
Yeah. They might. I mean, you know, and I will test a theory because I know they're watching the show right now, and I'm sure they have, with April on the ship, they have the monitors, and she can. I'm going to ask April if she can see me on their monitors on the ship while she was up there.
Hey, that's a good question.
I should have April take them to the monitor where they're watching the program and see if she can watch me from the spaceship.
That would be
That would be
awesome.
that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
It sure would. She can come back and say, "I seen you. I seen you."
Yes, I was watching on the monitor on the spaceship your program on TikTok. My whole family was having fun, and you were talking about me.
Yeah.
But I think time when I'm mentally prepared for this, Cliff. I've been, I've spent months mentally preparing myself for the time when I go on the spaceship. For people that don't know what's happening, and I don't expect everybody does. There's a group of 5 in each part of the world. April is the key person of our 5, and there's 5 of us in this region that are going to be going on a spaceship with the Ashtar Command. If you don't know what the Ashtar Command is, they are the highest level of light. They are the highest spiritual levels of Christ consciousness, men and women, angelic beings. They're all positive beings, right? And so April is our direct contact. And then there's 4 of us. Johnny was here, Kit Kat is in here, and also Chesno, who's not in here right now. So there's 5 of us in this particular region that will be in less than a year going on the ship like April has been going, but we'll all be together on the ship. The reason why we're going on the ship is because there is a specific mission work to do without getting too detailed into it because I can't. But we're going to be doing some mission work to help the planet. We'll be taking places that we've never been to before. And when we come back, we're going to be activated. You are all in with going on the ship. Yes, Alicia. Yep, we're all in. Alicia knows that. We're all in with going on the ship. It's like doing physical exercise. I mentally been preparing myself to go on the spaceship soon. And I'm going to be physically leaving my home and going on the spaceship. So it's not going to be like a Merkaba experience, a dream experience where I'm dreaming about it. I'm physically going to leave here and go on the ship when I go. Matt says, I was told about our origin, but was told no one would believe me. Well, on this show, people would believe you, Matt. Hey, Billy, good to have you with us. So we're going Starseed 85000 within less than 12 months. The rest of us, the 4 of us. You saw Johnny on here before, one of my moderators. He's one of the people in New Jersey. I'm in Connecticut. Chesno's not here. He's in Connecticut. And Kit Kat, who is here, is in Long Island. So, and then, of course, April is in northern Vermont in the mountains near the Canadian border. Jersey Girl says, did you go in the ship in April? No, in April, what we did is we were doing a C5 event to try to vector in the spacecraft. The weather was not good. It was really windy. But this time, we're going to have an event, which is a gathering. April will be in the field in the apple orchard field with me and a number of other people in our group. So April and I will be meeting with Kit Kat. Kit Kat and I will be meeting April physically here in Connecticut on the 25th of May, coming up in just a few weeks. So we'll be going live in the field. April will be right in the apple orchard field with us, and so will a number of other people. And you'll see us together so I think that's when something is going to happen. I don't believe we're going to be beamed up on a ship. I think we're going to be having some visual contact. Would you agree with that, Paranormal and Cliff?
What was that? I was texting this one guy that's down here, Billy.
Yeah.
I was saying hi to him.
Yeah, I was saying, I get the
think
feeling
when everybody's together, something will happen. Yeah,
something's going to happen. Yeah, I think that's right. I think the reason why the things didn't happen the way they were. Plus, the weather was it wasn't the whole thing was.
Crazy, it wasn't a good night.
Yeah, it was one of those nights we had to do it. I was committed to doing it, whether or not. I just had to be there. So, but I think on the 25th we're going to broadcast it live on my TikTok here. You're going to actually see us all together. I'm going to try to hoax Johnny to come up from New Jersey. and get them up here so we can have all 5 of us, And I think it's going to be a beautiful event. I just think I don't presume anything here, folks, when I tell you about this stuff, but this is real. This is like, you know what? You can go on YouTube channels and hear people in suits talking about UFOs, or you can come here and just hear from people that were just on my friend's live that she just got, her whole family came through and they took her on the ship. Real stories, real information. You're not going to hear this on any other TikTok. I can tell you that much, or on YouTube, maybe. But yeah, let's see here. Hopefully you can. Billy, yes, Billy Thomas. Hi, how's it going? Hopefully you can look at the video or videos of 2 ships on my Facebook. I'd like to take a look at that, Billy. I'll have to go. I use the Facebook. I'll have to take a look at that. Do you think the eclipse was the moon or Narubu? I'd have to think about that, James. I'm not sure. I'll have to meditate on that. Paranormal says I can hear the echo. Billy Thomas says I have tons of videos. I uploaded one to Facebook, but bunches more. Yeah, I'm gonna check your Facebook. If it's under Billy Thomas, I'll definitely check it out. So there's a lot going on. I think more and more, April's getting more information to prepare us for contact, and contact with a group of 5, and then eventual contact with a lot more people. And I really do believe that to be true. Steve Houston says, I just see them all day. Steve, I believe you. Do you believe in Narubu? Yes. I don't just believe in it. Years ago, before there was any TikTok or whatever, with the old PCs, with the internet only, I had a gentleman, I'm not sure how he met him, through AOL or something. He sent me a photo of Narubu. He was in Texas, an astronomer, and that's the first time I saw Narubu. So yeah, I do believe it exists. Absolutely. Absolutely. Without a question. It's very real. It does exist. But beyond the moon thing, the eclipse, Narubu in itself is an existing thing. But yeah, I just wanted to get an update on what's happening with April. Since I saw everyone started saying April just went off planet, I said, wait a minute, we're gonna have to find out what's going on with April going off planet. And you know what? I know we had a great show with April the other night. I had no indication, because you know me, I usually can feel if she's going to go off planet. I said, no, she just went off planet. She's not going off anywhere. But it has to be. But I am getting something really important is going on, and that's why all the family came together to take her on planet. I really do feel that's the case. What happened? And that's what I see. For the sake of that whole thing. And that you got it. You've just heard it. I thank Papa Smurf and Paranormal for coming up here. And many of you in the comments section who were on her live, know that she went off planet. And let me see here. And Alicia, we're going to bring Alicia up here because she's right into nitty gritty of things. Alicia, where are you? Alicia. We can find Alicia in here somewhere. Alicia's somewhere on the planet.
She was in there somewhere. I was seeing today that anomaly showed up in the ocean down there by Africa again.
Oh, it did? Yeah, it's gotten bigger too.
Yeah, it's back again, and they're saying it's going to be even bigger this time.
Yeah, we should talk about that a little bit, because I've been looking at that.
Nobody knows what that's about. And I think it all started with the eclipse, didn't it?
Yeah, and someone said, it was a glitch in their technology. Well, how could there be a glitch if the thing is getting bigger and showing up constantly on their radar?
Yeah, it went up to a certain time, and then it dropped again. It would disappear. The guy was stepping through the track that it was going on, and then all of a sudden just disappeared again.
Yeah, there's something very strange.
And it keeps doing it. I don't think it's no glitch. It's something else.
No, I think it's a cover-up by the people that don't want anybody to know anything. And Alicia's with us. Alicia, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm ready for bed, so I don't want to go on the camera.
That's okay. Yeah, as long as we get your voice, that's good. I don't want you jumping
Hey,
up and down on
Papa,
the
the
bed and then all of a
normal.
sudden you get beamed up off planet. I
Hey,
don't want
Alicia.
Oh, hey, sweetie. How are you?
that.
Yeah, I was actually in here with you when the hey happened. I thought it said yay, but it sounded like a female voice. I do
Yeah,
have I have my headphones on. I was doing some dishes and I kind of stopped and looked because I was like, was that Dawn that said that? And I was kind of taken back. And then you said something, and I'm like, okay, it wasn't Dawn, it was another voice. And then I don't know, maybe 2 minutes later, everybody else from that was in the live with April, they just started piling in saying that she got taken. So my guess
Yeah.
is it really wasn't a big lapse in time between the two
right.
from what I saw in the chat anyway.
Okay.
But
And that's what I'm sensing, that the hey or the yay happened when she was taken off planet.
yeah, yeah, it was probably your sister coming by and saying, "Hey." I mean, that's what we all do in the
You know
chats.
what?
If they're watching the chats, everybody's like, "Hi, hey, hello," that kind of
I
thing.
mean, I'm
So,
telling you, it was clear as day. It sounded like it happened so quickly I couldn't determine. So you say it sounded more female, correct?
yes, yes. To me, it sounded like a
And
female. That's why I was thinking. I was like, "Well, did Dawn say that?" Because it didn't make sense with and I wasn't looking at Dawn because I was doing dishes,
hmm hmm
and so I wasn't sure if maybe she just stopped mid sentence and said "hey" or "yay," um,
no, it's weird
but
because
it
when
was
when I
weird.
had D on here, I was focused on D. I'll say the word hey or yay, and
Hmm.
if people heard the voice, it sounded like it didn't sound like a male voice.
Hmm.
You know, so and it happened within seconds of her being taken off planet by her
I
family.
wonder if it was your space mom.
Yeah, it could have been it could have been somebody related to you.
I
It
think it
was
could
for
have been.
you, I think. And
That
what
was
was
for
so
me.
weird yeah, and what was so weird about it was, cuz we've heard voices come over, especially when you and April get going.
Yeah,
You'll have that static and you can
yeah,
kind of April can hear it better I think than anybody. I'll occasionally hear
hmm
like a word or two in with the static. Um but this was crystal clear. So that
yeah,
really surprised me.
yeah. No, I appreciate the folks that were here hearing it because I wasn't going to say anything, but my inner guidance said you got to tell people this because I'm going to go nuts if I don't say anything, and I swear. And when I listen to the recording, I'm going to listen to that portion. It was right within as soon as April went off, which I didn't know. The hey or the yay went in there. It sounded like they were saying, "Oh, hi." Like it could have
Yeah.
been very much. I want April to tell me when she gets back if one of my sisters on the ship came through on my live and said hey or yay.
Well,
Once I get,
you've been asking for them to talk to you. You've been asking for
yeah,
them
I
to
have.
communicate with you. So
Yeah,
I think they are answering you.
I think they're able to communicate with me now. I think they're communicating with me. That's really
Yeah.
amazing. If that,
Yeah.
I can't prove anything. I don't want to, you know, but I do think that's definitely. I'm more because of the way this happened. Within seconds of her being taken off planet, I hear the word
Yeah.
yay or hey. I think there's a connection there. I really do. Whether
Yeah.
anybody
And
believes me or not.
if they were down here on the planet or going down to her house, they're closer to you, so it was easier to communicate. This is what I'm feeling.
Yeah, and
They
and
weren't
that's
up.
yeah, and I don't think it matters where they are, but I think it is. I'm gonna be thinking about this all night tonight. You know
It's
that. I
got you
mean,
going.
Well, the solar flares have been off the charts. I mean,
hmm
we're going to have
Yes.
geomagnetic magnetic storms this weekend because
oh
the
wow,
sun has been shooting out just so much stuff. The Schumann has been just off the chain. So
hmm
there's a lot of energy in the atmosphere in our planet right now. So
yeah,
maybe they just took advantage of it to say hi
yeah,
or
it could be.
hey.
Or hey, I mean, I'm gonna see what happens. I mean, I could test a theory now and say, Luna, or if I say Luna, which is my space mother, Luna, you're welcome to join us, Luna. and they're watching on the ship. So I'd have to experiment with this, folks. I can't prove anything. I'm not trying to prove anything, but I swear when that happened, I said, obviously they're communicating with us and they're able to come through on my live, really. And I really do feel that's the case. I'm going to bring up a Kit Kat. I don't know if Kit Kat was on April's live. I'm going to bring Kit Kat on
Yeah,
here.
she was there.
Kit Kat, press the guest request. I don't know why. Kit Kat, press the guest request. We're going to bring you up. These are people, folks, that were on my friend April's live. April's been going off planet. This is her 15th time as a contactee, positively going off planet, and where she's one of the 5 in our group. Kit Kat's one of the 5 in our group from Long Island. Let me see if I can bring her up here. And we're going to bring Kit Kat up here tonight. So we're doing things a little bit differently since I found out what happened here. And
Hello, Kit Kat.
hey, Kit Kat, were you on live with April when she was when this happened?
Yep.
So tell me what your experience was. What did you feel?
Okay. Well, as I kind of felt that it was gonna happen. I don't know. I just had a feeling. I was like, oh, they're coming. And
Mm-hmm.
then she was, she was doing her little thing with the what is that called? The
Delayed lighting.
outlines. Oh,
The outlining thing, whatever.
lighting. Yes,
the lighting from TikTok. Yeah.
yes. And then she was her Annabelle was dancing, and we had music going, and then all of a sudden there's one of the Ashtar Command, you could see him. You see the figure come in, and he's much bigger than the little fairy.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, and so then she was like, thinking, oh, maybe just the what's it called, the Ashtar Command officers are gonna come in. But then all of a sudden she's like, oh, Dad, hi, Dad. And you could clearly see it was him. It's so funny. You get like, you see it a few times, you start to recognize them, even though they don't look
Yeah.
human form.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
in that weird that weird state. But you can tell it was him, and she was so excited because he was dancing with her a little bit. And
Oh wow.
yeah, it was really nice. And she said, oh, the whole
And
family's here. And then when she said that, I was like, uh-oh, I think she's gonna go.
Yeah.
did you see her mother and her other family members?
Didn't pick out anybody. I could not
No.
pick out. The only one I could tell, oh, it was her dad. But I
Her
did
dad.
see
Her dad.
kind of
Yeah.
other like shapes, but I couldn't really pick
Yeah.
out who they
Yeah.
were.
And just to let our viewers know who have no idea what we're talking about, April is a friend of ours from Vermont. She's been a contactee, and she's been taken. She has a cosmic family, a mother, a father. I think I don't remember sisters, brothers, but they're from off planet. And they come through a portal or a rift, they call it, and they come into her house. And then 2 seconds later, when they say we have to go, she's on the spaceship within 2 seconds, within not even a nanosecond. So these are all friends of mine here that were on her live, and there are many more people in here that are watching this that actually saw April go on the spaceship. She left her room, and the rift closed, and she's on a spaceship right now. She's off planet. So this is an incredible thing for people to understand, and we want you to understand what's going on here and not say, well, what are they talking about? She works with us. There's, like I said, Kit Kat is one of our 5 in Long Island. Myself, Johnny, who was in here just a bit ago in New Jersey, and Chesno, who's not on right now. The 5 of us will be joining April at some point soon, where we'll be going off planet from whatever location we're in. We'll be taken on the ship. A rift will open, and then whatever way we get on the ship, we will be on the ship like within nanoseconds. And we are, again, this is our Ashtar Command family. The Ashtar Command are galactic beings of light, Christed beings of light from many planetary worlds beyond Earth. And we are all connected to that level, all of us. And many of you are. It's just that everything's happening in a specific divine planning, so to speak. Very interesting. So you got to all see her dad come through in the Kit Kat. You said the dad was dancing with her for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said She said, he's dancing with me. I can never tell when she says that. I can never tell that that's what's happening
Yeah.
because she's still standing still. But it might just be
Yeah.
that she can feel him moving around her type of thing.
Yeah.
And, I'm not really sure how that all...
Well, you know what's really weird right now? The energy is really powerful. If you look at my screen and I say Ashtar Command, nothing. You can see how my screen is blinking.
Yeah.
It's blinking. Don't no. Now see what's happening? It's blinking. You can see something's going on here, right?
Yeah, I see that in the background. The color's changing a bit.
Yes, everything's changing. So I think that on some level they are here with me. They're not physically in the room yet, but I think like I said, the Ashtar Command. They're on the ship. They're watching the show. I'm almost tempted to say, Luna, my mom, can you tell me that you're here, Luna, from the Ashtar Command spaceship, my mother off planet? I'm testing my theory. Let's see if anything happens.
I hear something.
I hear something too. Luna, this is your son. Can you hear me? Luna, this is your son on the live broadcast. So if you're watching from the ship, can you give me some indication? Is anybody making noises?
No, I hear the static though.
Yeah, I heard things like being dropped or something.
I just heard something really weird.
Yeah, I hear it too, and I don't even have my earpods in.
Okay, everybody mute for a second. I want to see if I still hear it. Okay, I'm going to test the theory. It could be someone else's phone coming through. Luna, are you with us? Luna, are you with us? So my part of it here, the screen around me goes on and off when I talk. No one else's screen is doing that. Yeah, no, I think it's one of the phones. Yeah, I think it's one of the phones here.
I think it was Kit Kat's phone. It was coming through because
Yeah.
I started hearing noises when Kit Kat came up.
Yeah.
So
my house is very quiet.
And we have my footsie book.
Yeah, I think it's they're using your phone to talk.
Okay.
They could be.
That was my vibe on it.
Did you hear those voices? But they were so far away, I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Everybody say hello to my footsie book. My footsie book. Welcome to the show. I'm CmdrAleon, the host on Encounters. My footsie book. Did you want to come up?
Hello, my footsie book.
Good evening. Welcome, my footsie book, to the show.
Oh, hi there. Thank you. I just got approved to go live last night, so I'm just still, there's like all these buttons to
Oh, okay.
press
Welcome.
and change the camera. And so I've had a lot of bed rest because, well, that's a whole other story. It has to do with my sciatica with my back.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had like quite a bit of time. Probably too much time for my own good. But I've really enjoyed listening to you and your guests. I'm trying to remember the lady's name. I just started following her. She talks to you quite a bit. She has a lot of photos of fairies on her.
Oh, April. You're talking about April.
Very interesting.
Yeah, she's from Vermont. She's a friend of ours. She's coming down to Connecticut May 25th. She'll be here. We're going to be in an apple orchard field doing doing a gathering.
So are you also known as, when people call you, the commander?
Yes, I'm known as CmdrAleon. So when I say commander, that means I'm in command of my own cosmic spiritual being. I'm not. It's not like Earth-based terminology. I just command myself. So the word commander.
Okay. Because I also talked to very nice people when I was waiting to be seen at Kaiser Emergency. They're from Virginia. They spoke a lot about you. Do you know who I'm speaking of? They're
Wow, really? They know of me in Virginia. Do you know who they are?
yes, they talk about you quite a bit.
Hmm.
I don't know how to look it up at the same time as I'm
Hmm.
talking to you to
It's
go.
okay.
I don't want to. I don't want to get disconnected from you. So
No, stay where you are. Good. You're good.
so do you? I'm not doubting anything that you're saying. Cannot
Hmm.
connect. Okay, am I
Hmm.
not? It says at the top of my screen, cannot connect. Am
No,
I
you're
still
fine.
there?
We can. Yeah, you're still there. We can see
Okay.
you. You're doing good.
So I believe in all of this. But do you think I kind of regret doing this part? So before I could go live, TikTok asked me to do like a series of things. I wasn't comfortable giving my ID. And so
Oh,
to
okay.
do my verification, they did something really weird where they came on and they were doing this facial recognition with my face
Yeah.
to verify how old I was. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Do you think, I mean, not with what you and your guests
Right.
have experienced and verified, but with, hearing static and things like, do you kind of think maybe this might have some truth that TikTok does have a lot of spyware and that might be kind of,
No, not on my show. Our show is well protected. The no, there's no spies here. We have such a protected show that we've had disclosure people from the government in here that have come on my live. We have a direct contact. Yeah, we have people. We have a person who's in the DOD. She's very, very good, and she might be coming back on our show pretty soon.
so how do
And
they
she
protect your live if this is ran by TikTok? And I'm not doubting you. I'm just totally curious about this.
Because they can't touch the show. The show is divinely, to put it this way, it's totally protected. If you ask any of the people in this room that are here with me now, they'll all tell you, and even people that are watching it, this show is so protected they can't even touch it. Nobody can.
Even though TikTok is owned by China.
Whoever the China, that's all. It's all. Let's put it this way: the U.S. government wants you to believe that the Chinese are going to control everything we do. If that were the case, there'd be a lot of censorship here. We have the utmost freedom to do what I've been doing. I couldn't do this on Facebook. I couldn't do this on another
I totally
thing.
agree with you. They would shut you off.
They shut us off. The U.S.
You'd
government
be
wants to
done.
control. The U.S. government wants to control TikTok so they can stop things like this or try to. They can't stop what we're doing because what we're doing here is we're busting the matrix, which is my goal. I came here from Mars originally. I've told that story.
Oh,
I
really?
work with
You're out of the
yeah,
Matrix. Okay, so I do CGI.
yeah. I bust the
Well
matrix
into
every day.
animation and CGI. So that was a random, did that come in your
Yeah.
head? Did you just guess that? Or did you read some of my profile? That's interesting. You said
Oh,
that.
I haven't read. I haven't. I read. I read people as I talk to them. I don't read. I don't go on
Okay.
websites. I don't do anything. I have all my information is already. I'm totally activated. When people say I'm going to go to the website and give you the information,
You're
no one
plugged
has to
in.
give me anything. I have the information already within me. So I
Did
share
the Matrix
everything straight.
come across you when I was talking?
I bust the matrix. There is no matrix. In
The
here. There's no matrix. It's all busted. Go ahead, Alicia.
the commander is extremely intuitive. He just pulled that out of the air.
Oh.
He's Yeah, he's very intuitive when he reads people. He's just very in tune with what's going on. So yeah, and I hear what you're saying about the question about the static. These things have been going on now for the commander for a while, and it's more than just static. And you might hear a little click or something like that on somebody else's live, but it's not the same.
Mm.
Tonight we've only heard like a little bit of static, but there's been nights where there's been static, and there's definitely been voices and tones and almost like music
Yeah.
underneath. So it's something strange is going on, and it generally only happens with April. Occasionally it'll happen a little bit with other guests, but and I think honestly, I think it was Kit Kat's phone that they were kind
Yeah,
of
I think.
coming
Yeah,
through
I think
with.
they. Yeah, because they could catch one of the contacts. So I think that's probably
Is
right.
Kit Kat a code word? I don't know what Kit Kat
No,
means.
that's just her
She's
name.
she's she's right next to you in the box if you look at the screen.
The
She's the
bottom
one
middle
that
one,
was
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I'm new to this
right
live.
under me.
So the
She's new to
couple
TikTok.
has.
She's
Hello,
Hi,
I'm
Kit
she's
Kat.
Lisa.
Hi.
everyone
Hi.
welcome her. She's new to the TikTok thing. So yeah.
Hi. I've been doing this fun, making videos, all that, but to go live, I was like, I was kind of hesitant on it,
Well, you
I
came on the
have my
right
own business.
place.
I'm self-employed out in San Jose, California, and I'm like, but I'm
But you
over
know
it
what?
now. It's
You
addicting.
well, it's a good thing you came to the right place to be addicted forever,
Yes.
and you
Forever.
will be addicted forever.
You do believe in the word forever?
Yes,
You do. Okay. Okay.
yes.
You're so interesting. You never bore
This is a
me.
very interesting show.
It's very interesting.
Very
It takes a
interesting.
lot to hold my attention, and I just listen, and I'm like, it never bores me.
Yeah, that's because I'm not from this planet. The thing is, I came out of the closet probably over in my adult life about 21 years ago, but I did, as a kid, come out of the closet playing baseball in a cul-de-sac in Long Island, New York when I was a kid. I lived
But
most
you
of my
have a
life up
husband. You
here.
have a husband. We're talking about that now.
I have a husband.
Yeah, you said
No,
you're
no,
out the closet.
yeah, no, but I don't have a husband. I'm talking. No, I know what you mean. But let me
I'm like,
rephrase the.
okay, I'm in a
Let me,
good
yeah,
place.
let me
that's going to be news to your wife.
let me
Okay.
let me rephrase
Oh, you
the
came
whole
out
thing.
about something that
Well, no,
happened to you.
right. So when I say out of the closet, I'm using that in terms of being not from this earth. That's what I mean. I
Okay.
know what you mean. So I use the definition differently. So I
Okay.
came out of the closet as a space person in human body when I was a kid. I was playing
Okay.
baseball with the other kids, preteen, and out of the blue moon, I say to them, "Oh, you know what? I come from Mars," and they got really angry. I was like,
Is
"I'm
that where
playing
you come
baseball."
from?
That's where I come from, Mars. Yes, originally.
Okay.
And Mars, contrary to popular demand, popular understanding that we've been brainwashed, is a planet of 10 to 15 million inhabitants that are very spiritual, loving men and women. They have children, and Mars is not a dead planet. And that's
Uh-huh.
breaking news for some people. But I understand that completely. I don't have to go on websites looking about the history of Mars. I know Mars. I know Mars because I came from Mars.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
now I see this name on here, Hollywood. Hollywood. He knows who
oh,
I
these
am.
are so
Hollywood
they're
talked to me before I was live. Hollywood, because he says I sound like some Kim K or whatever.
oh,
Hollywood
okay.
knows who I am.
Yeah, you'll find people on TikTok either have their real name or they'll create a name. Like Billy has a real name, Billy Thomas. Everybody has different names. Some people use their own names.
Someone should tell
Um,
her it's okay. No one believes in a second. She should just keep listening, research.
yeah.
I do
Billy
believe.
Thomas is.
I think Billy
She
has me
agrees.
confused. I do
Uh,
believe.
she does believe Billy. Billy has a lot of UFO documented sightings on Facebook.
No, I
So
do
yeah.
believe. I told Hollywood my story, and the people,
Oh,
they're
okay.
so nice. The people from Virginia.
Oh,
Um, so I know this is about you, but I don't know if I can make my story really, really
oh
short.
yeah. Go ahead.
I saw something out in Arizona when my mom was alive. I
Hmm.
used to live in Scottsdale part time,
Yeah.
and I saw something out there. My mom saw it too, and our car battery the car went completely dead. And we didn't see any little people, nothing like that. But
Right.
it was a very, very large bright light that zoomed in and then disappeared like
It was
so
gone
fast.
like that.
Like it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, and then out in Tahoe, I saw something kind of flying around. This was in 2008,
Hmm.
and same thing went away really quick. So I totally believe.
Oh yeah,
All of,
he knows. He also knows you believe. He sentenced it. Didn't mean believe. I meant know for sure, like we do 100%. So he understands.
I feel don't you feel sorry for the people that, this is, I feel sorry for them because there's like so much evidence out there, and I'm like, I feel sorry for those people. I wish they
And you've had your own sightings, the ones you've mentioned, which are that's a good thing because that means you're able to see something maybe 10 other people didn't see, and that means that's whenever people see something like that, that is an extraterrestrial spaceship. There's always a reason why you were seeing it. So if you see 10 other people on the other side of the street and say, "Did you see that?" and they say no, and you're the only one that saw it, there's always a reason. In my understandings from being involved in this for so many years, that usually they want you to see it. They want you to see their ship. Then when you see the ship, then they take off, disappear, and then maybe down the road they come back and say, "Here we are again. Do you see us?" And that can happen again to you too.
So we had found out in 2008 while we were telling somebody this at Safeway grocery store. They go, "Oh, that's funny. Our neighbor had seen that too." And then it started coming out that a lot of people, this was on the California side of Lake Tahoe. So this was near Truckee and Kings Beach. So there's South Shore and North Shore. This was on North Shore. And it was a crystal clear night. I don't know if you've ever been to Tahoe. It's beautiful. You could see like clear sky. You can see all the stars. It's like, and so we're like, well, what do you think it was? And so a lot of people saw this. We come to find out about it. And people that live there full time, they're like, "Oh yeah, we see that quite a bit." Now, Arizona, my mom and I didn't really talk to anybody about that. And that was a crazy story because we had missed the last flight out of San Jose, California to fly into Phoenix. So we decided, let's drive because we had to be there for a wedding. And so that's like a 14-hour drive. So we stopped in Palm Springs, and then we stayed at the Marriott. We were at Palm Springs, and then started off again at like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or whatever. So by the time we got there, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's when we saw that. So
interesting. Were you on live with April? April's live before when she was taken off planet? Did you miss that?
I've never been on a live until live dance class last night. What I was able to do until they did this age verification was they were able to hear my voice on live, but not see my face.
Right, that's right.
And they kept saying, "Oh, you sound like we can't put a finger on it. Who do you sound?" And then they're like, "Oh, you sound like Kim K." And then somebody else was saying something else, and then so yeah, I said, okay, I want to do this age verification because I guess that's the new thing that they do now to verify I'm over the age of 18.
Yeah.
So you could just see my profile picture like in the middle of the screen, but we could hear each other's voices. I guess could it have been April, her and her husband out in
It was Pennsylvania. It was Half Pint. She was on with Ray and Mary.
Yes.
Half Pint. Half Pint is another contact person. Half Pint is Mary and also Ray. They have contact, and they're up in the Appalachian Mountains in the remote area of Pennsylvania. They've been on the show.
Virginia, yeah.
Yeah, and they're having contact with the Anunnaki. So I've had to educate people that have told me what the Anunnaki are on Facebook. In a very beautiful way. I've tried to tell this one person their information is incorrect about the Anunnaki, and that the Anunnaki are men and women like very beautiful, tall people, and they're nothing like what people on the internet have perceived them to be. Everyone connects the Anunnaki with Egypt and all this stuff, and they have like people have like imprinted paintings
It actually
and all
sounds
this.
like Indian, not Egyptian to
Well,
me.
the Anunnaki are actually space people from beyond Earth. They're
Really?
star people. Yes, they're from beyond Earth. And as soon as I tuned into it, I was going to talk about that tonight on my show. I just will say briefly the Anunnaki, for anyone who has seen stuff on the internet, whatever you've seen, just throw it out the window. Because the Anunnaki,
Okay.
my friends in the Appalachians, they have had the Anunnaki, which can go translucent in their house. They've seen Anunnaki spaceships,
Really?
big ships in the mountains, because they're in a remote area like April is in Vermont. And
Okay.
I've learned a lot in the last few days, well, in the last few weeks since I've known them, that the Anunnaki are very much here to help our planet. And
Okay.
so, yeah. So I'm going
And
to go against anybody who says the Anunnaki or
Can we
this.
Google that name? Will something come up with it?
Yeah, so the Anunnaki are not from Earth. And they're not Egyptian. The Anunnaki are star beings. They came to Earth, but they're not from Earth. This is the thing that's going to be hard for some people, and no disrespect for people that have a belief system based on their research who the Anunnaki are. But understand, all the research on the internet about the Anunnaki are created by another human being who did research about the Anunnaki.
Uh-huh.
The people in the Appalachian Mountains are having contact with real Anunnaki people. Forget
Okay.
the Egyptian thing. We're talking contact. So, would you rather go by the stories you've heard about Egypt or real stories about people having contact with the Anunnaki, which are not from Earth? They're not from
I
Earth,
always want
they're
to
from
hear the
beyond.
real stories, and I give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Yep.
I tend to believe most people unless, you find out they're on drugs or,
Yeah, of
I give
course.
them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and they are from off planet. So I don't really. They might have visited Egypt and other parts of the world at one time, but they're not from Egypt. They're not Egyptian. They are not even Earth-based humans. They are non-terrestrial space people, and this is gonna, shake people up a little bit. But I have to tell you the truth because all the stuff on the internet is not true. It's all the same stories about the Egyptians and the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki did not come from Earth, they came from off planet. And our friends are having contact with them, and they are very loving, beautiful people, men and women that are taller than we are, but they are very, very spiritually advanced, and they are very, very much very loving people, contrary to whatever you watch or see on the internet. Just throw it out the window. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. And so you came from Mars,
Yes.
and may I ask your in human years how old you are now?
I don't get into that at all because I just don't believe in aging, so I don't ever talk about age. But I can tell you that if you were to look at me, you might have 10 different people say, I'll take a guess at my age. I don't usually do that. So if people would take a guess, they can guess whatever they want in their perception of the reality of my physical being. But in truth, off planet, my body's in what they call stasis. Stasis means that we have a space body, physical body on a spaceship, which is protected. And every person that comes from off planet has a body in stasis. So you have your human form, it's not exclusive, it's all of us. And then your space body is when you decide to go back to stay off planet, you can go back into your space body and resume yourself in your physical form off planet with your space family, whatever that family is. So right now, many people have their bodies in stasis, or what we call starseed. That starseed
Okay.
is star seeds are people that come from other planets. They're here in the human experience, but their real body is on a specific spaceship where their bodies are protected. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. Now, does that also mean that you can, or you also are a shape shifter?
No, no, I'm not a
No.
shapeshifter. A shapeshifter is a different kind of being. Someone that could shapeshift into a human reality, can shapeshift into different things. Those that are beings from other planets, from the star systems of light, they don't shapeshift at all. They just come here. Their bodies are in stasis, and then when they go back into their physical galactic body, or what we call space body. So no, I'm not a shapeshifter. I know what that is, though.
He lived another lifetime. on Mars, and it's kind of like a past life, but different. I guess is the best way to explain it. He wasn't like
Yeah,
physically this lifetime born on Mars.
yeah.
Okay, and I'm trying to read your name. And Alicia, you're married to
Alicia.
the commander here. You're the
No, she's
wife.
not married. No, we're
Oh
not. She's not
God,
my
no.
wife.
Okay.
I live in Florida. I'm not moving up to up cold with a bunch of
Uh,
Yankees. No, I love you, Commander, but no.
and then,
No, no,
hey,
no. We're not married to each other. My wife is here and she's sleeping.
okay. And can you guys explain to me who what this Luna is, or is that
Yes,
something?
yes, I can explain it. Luna
Okay.
is my mother. So I had a biological mother and father. They passed on many years ago. They're gone. They're not
Okay.
here anymore. But
Okay.
Luna is my mother off planet with the Ashtar Command. Luna is my mother, and my father is Robar. And then I have two sisters and one brother off planet that I haven't met yet.
Okay. And do you know they exist because they come and speak to you, or?
Um, No, Luna's mother, lexicon. Luna's mother's. I mean, April's mother's not Luna. Luna's mother, I think, has a different name. I forgot the name. Alicia, do you remember what April's mother's name is?
Oh gosh, I know Dad is Nananook, and
Nananook is her dad. Her mother's name is not Luna. Luna is my mother. Her mother has a different name. She mentioned it the other night. But anyway, go ahead, my footsie. You were going to say.
Is it that all, or most of the people that follow you, you're all connected some way, and then people are going towards your group here on TikTok because
Can you talk a little bit closer to your phone? You're like really low. Can you come back closer to the telephone, or your audio's low?
so. Um, can you
Oh,
hear me better
uh-oh.
now?
Yeah, oh, there you go. Now you're better. Okay.
Okay, so is it that most of the people that follow you, you guys end up finding out that there's some type of connection with most of the people that follow you on TikTok, or that people
Uh,
were just,
hmm.
because I don't even know how I came onto the um I wasn't even scrolling. She just came on the phone with me, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, this is kind of random." And so I'm also, believer, like things just don't happen.
Oh, there you go. So it's interesting.
Cool.
You ended up finding my show. There's no coincidences here. I can't speak for 200 people. I usually, like right now, for example, I've had since I've been on tonight. Let's see here. I've had 3,600 people watch the show since 11 p.m. tonight that have been in here. And even though it says 202, I tracked the amount of people on my show watching it through the evening. And I've had 3,600, 3,600 people view the show. So I know it's a lot of people. Now, I don't know any of them. I don't know all of them. I know some of them, I'm sure, the people that are in here. It's just what it is. There are people that find my show, and it's just that they're supposed to find it. Like you're here. You're here for a reason. You found my show for a reason, and you'll find out as you listen and watch the show regularly. You'll learn many things here. This show is sort of like a magnet for cosmic truth and disclosure information, and it's just what it is. You'll see. There's It's just a synergy of energy. Everything just synchronistically comes together this way. I never question it. I've been on here for over a year and a half, and I've seen so many things happen here. I don't question it anymore.
Yep.
She might find
I
Cliff
think I
knows
think
that.
there's a I think I think there's a desire to for when you're having strange experiences, and you don't, you feel you're alone, you feel crazy. It's not like, I have plenty of friends in the real life world, but if I start talking too much UFOs, they're like, Alicia, sounded a little crazy here, hun. But you can come here and talk to Commander. You can listen to other people's stories. And sometimes people's stories will give you hints about other things that are going on with you. So I think there's definitely a desire to kind of connect on that level with
Yeah.
some of the strange things that are happening. I mean, every day people are uploading tons of videos to all different social medias of just plain old weird things, like, whether it's fairies, whether it's orbs, whether it's UFO. And I know that technology is amazing, and there's certainly are fakers out there, but when you get some random person in Oklahoma telling you these just amazing stories, and you watch them as they explain them, you're like, this person isn't lying. Something they saw something. There was something
Yeah.
definitely going on. And I think there's a desire to kind of connect. I feel like, for me personally, spirit or source or whatever you want to call it, Christ consciousness, is trying to kind of help collect us all together, because there's
Mm.
going to
Yeah.
be even more changes coming, and we need to kind of team up and work together, so that those people, like you said, who have absolutely no idea that there is something more, they're going to
Mhm.
freak out. It,
Yeah.
if contact happens, like they're saying, 25, 26, someplace in that range, there's a lot of people that are going to freak out. So it's the rest of us. We kind of need to work on our stuff, get our stuff together, so that when that does happen, we don't wind up going to war with the Pleiadians or
Right.
something. You know what I mean?
Right. And that one, and the thing is, one of the things people need to understand, because I do come from off planet, is that the Pleiadians, there are many different galactic groups of light. The Pleiadians are one of them. As Alicia was saying, understand something. For many years, this planet, over 70 years, this planet has been lied to about our existence. And when I say our existence, I can say our existence because I'm not from Earth. Even though I'm living here, I'm in human form. Our existence, the existence of our brothers and sisters from other planetary worlds. And when I say I'm fully conscious, I mean not only am I fully conscious, and because I have the knowledge I have it not from any websites or people's books or authors. All my information is a cosmic book. So many times I will use the word I am a cosmic book. What that means is my information is not distorted. My information is very direct. I don't channel anything. I don't use pendulums. I don't have cards. I don't even have a big crystal ball in my room or anything because I don't use any of those things. It deals with diversions from truth. For the cosmic level of light, if a person asks me a question, I know the answer. For the most part, 95% of the time, I will be able to answer a cosmic question because
So
I have the information.
can you also read people's minds?
Yes. I have, without think, I don't ever say I read people's minds, but I have evidently over the last couple of years, I've been activated. I'm able to read people's energy. So I do read people as they tell me their stories about being taken off planet. I give them information as they're telling me the story, and
More
my
psychic.
and I they basically tell me everything I tell them is right on. So, I just get the information and I share it, said, this is what I'm getting for you. And it wasn't meant that wasn't one of the things I meant to do when I went live starting here last year, but it's
Okay.
something that I've been activated in me. And it's a beautiful thing, I guess, to when it happens, I just for some reason know the answer and I give them the answer and they say, yes, I'm like right on the money. So I don't question it.
Okay. Can you tell me how my energy level comes across to you over this live? Like you can only
Yeah.
see me on video.
Well, that's okay. Even if you weren't on video, you're in the room, I can still read your energy. So you're
Okay.
I see you as a very inquisitive person. And I think if I read you correctly, you've always in your life been very inquisitive about things. You just have that nature about you. And you're also not only inquisitive, but again, you're also very open to things beyond normal Earth humans would be open to. You're open to exploring the different things that are beyond human understanding, and I get that a lot with you. And your questions are because you do want to learn, and your questions are because you are inquisitive. You have that nature. You always want to. When you want to learn something, you ask questions. You want to know something. You're not just sitting there saying, "Oh, well, that's interesting." That's not like you. That's not that's not the way you are. You've never been that way.
Hmm.
and that's what I read about you right now. I mean, that's the little bits I've told you about you, but that's what I get from talking to you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And so, do you have you written any books or anything, or have you?
Interesting. It's interesting. You asked me many years ago. I started to write a book about the Ashtar Command many years ago. I used to write for a magazine. Some might have known about it. It's very well known. It's in all the bookstores
Got
or
to
in many
finish
of the
this
big.
book.
Sedona Journal of Emergence. Sedona
You've got
Journal. I
to
used to
finish
write
this
for.
book.
Yeah, I just started the sentence. So basically, I haven't written the book, but I consider myself the book. So basically, I have every chapter within me. And when I say that, I mean that. When I say to people, I am the book, I go to any chapter within my being and I can answer any question in the book that people ask me about. I can give you the answer.
But to
I should
reach
write a
the
book.
masses, I think it would be great. That's what I'm picking
Yeah.
up on you is
Yeah.
that you need to finish this book.
Yeah. Well,
I think it would be
right.
great.
I think after I come back from being on the spaceship in about a year, I might consider sitting down and starting writing a book.
Oh,
I think
are you on a ship right now?
no, I'm not on the ship now. I'm in my
Okay.
room but I'm going to be going on a spaceship in less than a year with four other people. And Kit Kat, who you see here, Kit Kat's in Long Island. She's one of the 5 people that will be going on the ship with us. And Kit Kat can tell you that she's in Long Island. I'm in Connecticut. We have one other person, Chesno, who's not here. He's going with us. April, who's off the planet right now, and also Johnny, who was here earlier tonight, one of my moderators. All 5 of us together will be in less than a year going on the spaceship. We're going to physically be on an Astor Command ship. My mother, my father, and my 2 sisters and brother from off planet are on that spaceship right now. I have not met them yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
So I'm giving you this information because I know you don't know about this, and I'm very open about it because it's going to be happening. The people in the room here, Alicia, Cliff, Paranormal, they all know about it, and of course Kit Kat because she's going to be on the spaceship with us.
And you pick these individuals who are going to go up with you.
Nope, we don't pick anything. That was done by our space family. There'll be people all over the world in groups of 5. That will be one person and might be in Scandinavia or Sweden. That
Okay.
person will connect with 4 other people in their region, and those people will be going on spaceships together to do certain things. So there'll be people in groups all over the world that we don't have any knowledge about, but we have knowledge about us. And so yeah, we don't choose anybody. We're
Days
just
with Elon in Mars, Akela Mash. Are you speaking about Elon Musk?
yeah. I don't know. I think Kay Wolf is saying space with Elon and Mars. So I think they're asking me a question about Elon Musk because he's had interest in Mars.
I live in
But
Silicon Valley. I do know Elon Musk. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I thought this
so
person was talking
Elon.
to me.
So I would say in terms of all the things NASA, Elon, and everybody else that for years have wanted to go to Mars and colonize Mars, I have to give this message out very very clearly that the
Okay.
Martian population will not allow the Earth governments to try to take Mars and populate it. Mars is its own planet, its own population, its own spiritual levels of light. The Martians will not allow anybody, and especially the Earth people in power, to colonize Mars. It's never going to happen.
Uh-huh.
It will never happen.
Uh-huh. I
And
believe that.
and with regards to the 5 people per grid,
Mhm.
we've had other or the commanders had other people come on from other parts of the world who are also being contacted. It's kind of like the way I think of it is this is the warm up period. So they're kind of collecting all the star seeds in a certain area, and then there'll be like waves and waves of groups until we have like that full disclosure. They're not going to just show up here one day without the prep work, and
Right.
that's kind of what this whole process is. So we're all
Okay.
going to get a chance to, for those of us who are working on our stuff, and we are interested in, we'll have the chance to have contact, especially when we get full disclosure. But it's a process. So we're just like gearing up for the warm up at the moment.
And speaking of process, we are at 32.2 thousand likes. If everybody will tap the screen, I want us to get to 100,000 likes by 12:15, by 1:15 Eastern.
Tell me what to do.
So,
Tap
so
the
you
screen.
you tap your phone screen, and a heart will start showing. Like if I tap my screen,
Just
it's
tap
not
my
happening.
phone.
Yeah,
You have
just
to
people just
tap
tap
over
this.
Commander's face.
Yeah, tap over my
You have
face.
to get right in his little box, or
Yeah,
it
it's
won't
just
count.
everybody start
Oh,
tapping.
I see
Uh,
it. The hearts. Yeah, I see it.
yeah, tap my
Ah,
face and it'll increase the likes here. So we
oh,
want to get up to
cool.
100,000 likes. I should have mentioned it earlier, but I'm so involved in this discussion, I didn't even think about it. And also, please become a subscriber. I'm taking a little non-commercial break. Become a subscriber. We have the hats available, the TikTok hat. Show your support for what we're doing here. You can do TikTok gifts as well. So this helps support. Just
Okay,
tap
so
my face, and you can bring up the likes here. Just
yeah, I
so you
see the
know.
little
So
heart moving. Thanks for telling
little
me that.
hearts.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and that goes for all 226 people. Touch my tap on my profile on my face, and it'll increase the likes. Just so you know. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, Amber and Mom. We appreciate it.
And my
So
footsie. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Commander, real quick. My footsie, you can do some meditation, and ask to have your star family connect with you in meditation. Um, and they may just show up. For me, when I meditate, I used to kind of feel like spirit guides or angel energy, but the more I meditate and the more I work on it, the more I get other entities coming into my meditation. And I'm very, very strict with my shielding, my bubbling in Christ consciousness, just because, like, I have no interest in attracting the Zeta or the Greys.
right,
I don't have that time on my hands. So I'm really focusing on high vibrational energies, and a lot of these high vibrational energy beings are very healing too. So, for your sciatica, I would definitely be meditating, trying to go into it, trying to connect with them and telling them, hey, I've got this pain. Can you help me? I had tremendous pain in my hip. And it's when some ETs showed up in my meditation that resolved itself. And I'd been dealing with it for on and off for, gosh, 15 years,
well, that's a long
because
time, Alicia.
you aggravate something and it just stays aggravated. And I did the cortisone shots and I did all x-rays and all kinds of things. So they're there to help. They're here to help us. They're here to help us help ourselves. They're not going to come in and, like, they're not going to, save us from ourselves. They're going to help
Right,
us save us, by
and
raising the
essentially,
vibration. Sorry.
yeah, and Alicia's right. So basically, one of the things that's important to realize as people on Earth is that to learn that you have things in you that are not activated yet. When you are fully activated, and this goes for everybody out here watching the show all over the world, when you are fully activated in your beingness, you'll be able to heal yourself. You won't have to go to some Western doctor that can never do anything but give you pharmaceuticals that don't heal anything. The nature of this planet and the system of Western hospitals in Western civilization are very primitive. When I use the word primitive, Earth-based hospitals are very primitive. What they think is advanced technology helping people, they don't. There are things that can heal people on Earth that are not being allowed to be done because it would take away the many profits of these pharmaceutical companies that live on the fact that if they can keep people having physical pain or whatever is going on, they make money off of that on Earth. But once you become fully activated, and you will eventually become fully activated as humans, you'll be able to heal yourselves and not have to go to a hospital for anything. You'll be able to self-heal yourself automatically.
I turned down. They wanted to send me home with Vicodin, and I said, "Ha!" To get me hooked on that, I said, "No way," because
Yeah,
Tylenol
no,
and ibuprofen doesn't do it. And I said, "No way! I've heard about this Vicodin. I had it when I had some dental work done. Like, oh gosh, I must have been like in my 20s, and it made me horribly sick. And I was like, no,
no,
thank you,
no, no. This is
no."
all this is what they do on Earth. The Earth-based doctors, and not
They
all doctors. There are probably some good
twist it.
Earth-based doctors. What they do is they try to give you a band-aid, and they don't fix the problem ever because they don't have the answers to the solution to the earth-based human being's problem of a physical ailment or whatever it might be. But the truth is that if we were fully activated in the physical cellular structure of the human body, you would be able to heal yourself in a nanosecond. The reason why you can't is because you're not fully activated. And I speak for all billions and billions of human beings on Earth that are dependent upon their hospitals, no matter what country it is. There could be certain hospitals in Europe or Scandinavia that have actually done things that are not the usual things that are done here in, let's say, the United States. But most every thing is a pharmaceutical Earth-based company that's there to make money on people suffering on Earth.
Can I
That's
tell
what
you?
they
Well,
do.
I'll let you guess. Tell me the one place that doesn't do it. It's not in the United States, and they take very good care of their people, and they
Right.
don't. Where is it? I'm going to see if you get it. Can you
Um,
guess?
I've I'm not sure I get it, but I keep going into towards the Scandinavian area as being one of the
Germany
areas.
takes such good care of their people. It's in
Mhm.
Germany, and they've got the best health care, and they try everything else besides all this pharmaceutical. And it's so sad
Yeah.
that United States just pushes and pushes, and they want you hooked on it. And then that
Mhm.
doesn't work. And then you take one
Yeah.
pill that's going to need 5 more pills. And then
Yeah.
4 years later, you see a commercial and you're like, oh no, here goes the lawsuit.
Right. Right.
It's a
And also in
vicious circle.
Yeah. And in Scandinavia, there's a lot of medical procedures there that are way different too. Where that's why I mentioned Sweden, Denmark, all those places in Scandinavia. They're completely opposite of the Western medical situations in the United States. They are completely different.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I think that we're in a situation now where eventually there's a thing called med beds. So if people have heard the term med beds, we've talked about it before on my show. These are going to be eventually released by the space people. The med beds will be places where people can actually go and be healed from a lot of different ailments they have on Earth.
And
And these exist.
it's MEDBEDS, med beds.
Yes, med beds.
Okay, got it.
A matter of fact, April, we're going to bring April on. She just came back from off planet. I knew there's a reason why we're on at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's
Let
10,
me see, where's
10
she?
p.m. here. Is this April who I talked
Wait a
to?
minute. Yeah, April's here. April, I'm bringing on because she went off planet. So you're going to meet April for people that have not met her. Once she's able, I'm not sure. I know she came back on planet now because she's here. Thank you for We're going to let her get situated. I think she just came back into her physical environment.
Is
She
that
was
half
on the
pipe?
ship. Oh, no, that's a different person. This is April, my friend April in Vermont. I believe she's here, unless I just invited her,
Interesting. Very interesting.
and I don't know if she's physically here, but her phone tells me that she's here, unless she's still on the spaceship.
Huh.
So we'll see in a minute. She should be here in a minute.
Are humans allowed to bring their cell phone on the ship? No.
No, the cell phones will not work on our spaceships because it's Earth-based technology. Outside of the spaceships, we can record the spaceship, but it cannot be utilized. It won't work on a spaceship.
And they
It
probably
won't.
wouldn't want people taking pictures and things like that. Video.
Maybe, maybe not. It's just that the technology won't work. I'm just going to see if April's here. I saw her coming through on my screen, Either April's here or the space people are using her phone. April, are you here? April, if you're here.
I've been scrolling. I don't see her.
She was here. April, are the space people using your phone? If the space people are using April's phone, bring April, bring the phone online here. I can't believe I'm doing this. Bring the phone online here. Lexicon, good evening. I see you. I'm going to see if she's okay. April is here. It says April is here. I just invited her, and it says that okay. What's going on here? This is really strange.
I scrolled all the way through. I didn't see her anywhere.
I see. I can tell you. I can. Hey, Rod. Good to see you. She is here. Her icon shows up.
Huh.
This is very interesting.
That's weird.
No, she's here. Her icon is showing up. And when I go to, and I invite her, and then it comes back red like I haven't invited her, it shows her right above my list of viewers. It says April is viewing the show. April, this is going to be really weird. Then how come I can see her? I see her. Isn't that strange? I can see her and no one else can see her.
Kit Kat or Alicia, do either one of you see her in the listing? Because I don't see her. I've been scrolling through.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Do you want me to help? Do you want me to disconnect me so she can?
No, we don't.
No?
No.
Are you
We're
sure?
just scrolling through to see if she's showing up anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it could
Said
be that they're
anything in
using
the
her
chat.
phone.
Yeah, she hasn't
she
said
can't-
anything in the chat yet.
No,
that
but
I've seen.
she came. So if I press the guest icon here, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I swear. I see her face right here. It shows her picture, Friends with Furries 1111. And then when I try to invite her, I'm going to test this out. If they can control the phone, which they do, I want the.
Have
I want
her
the.
under surveillance.
No, they have no surveillance.
I'm just reading.
People are saying no. She's not in surveillance, folks.
These people have surveillance.
No, there's no surveillance. So people understand what's happening here. Her phone is right now showing that she's on. She's watching. Her phone is on. And matter of fact, I can prove this in a very easy way. Yeah, Friends with Furries, green light's on her phone. She's on. Now either she's on and she's still off planet and the phone is in our room. Not in our room. The phone is in her house with her phone on, and the phone, maybe the phone was left on, but how would she be here when she was in her own live and she went off planet on her own live? And I swear she's here. She's here right now.
I know what to do.
So I'm looking at the viewers as a host of the show. I'm going to press the invite button. I'm going to keep looking at it, and I want to see what happens here. So I just invited her phone.
I have plenty of other phones. I have 4 other cell phones. I can look her up on here on my TikTok to see if she's on.
Well, she's.
See, there's another TikTok.
Okay.
Hey, it's fairies.
She might have just paused her phone.
No, I
It
have
shows
4.
she is not on. If you go on the arrow button on your phone, anybody, well, I'm live. If you go on
Let me plug this
Friends
in.
with Furries 11111, it's telling me that she's on. It has a green light on. Now here it is. I am home. I'm safe. I do not want to come up right now. Okay. I just wanted to make sure she is definitely home. Okay. So I'm not going nuts. Okay, April. Thank you. No need to come on. I just wanted to verify that you were back. We'll let her absorb all this stuff. She's been off planet, and we'll have her on, tomorrow's Friday night. So Friday night is contact night. So I'll be making a video for contact night. We'll let April get some rest. She's been off planet. I knew I wasn't going nuts. Thank you, April, for verifying that you are here. Thank you, sister. Okay.
Mhm.
And that's our friend that went off planet. I was actually out of body. And April, just so you can, I know you're probably watching this right now. When you went off planet at the time, I didn't see any messages. No, I couldn't see anything. But now I do. I can see you now. I didn't see it before. So I thought I was going crazy there for a minute. But I can see you now.
Let me plug this phone in. See, I always have backup, right?
No, she's back. My footsie. We're
I was
communicating
trying to
by.
help you out by going on TikTok. I didn't see that she was
No need
online.
to. She's good. Yes. So when April, when
Good.
you went off planet, I heard what happened. We heard somebody, a voice, a female voice, when I was interviewing somebody earlier, saying "hey" or "yay," like a female voice, and then people here who were on your live said within seconds of that you were off planet. So interesting.
I heard somebody say yes.
Like yes, yeah. Some
Yes.
people heard
Why?
yay,
Yes.
yes.
You heard twice.
So some people thought it
Heard
was.
it twice, but I know I heard it, and I heard it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the yes thing has been happening since we've all been up here. The yay happened, or the hey happened before
When I had Dion.
when April, yeah, when you had Dion. So there's definitely some voices
I
going
heard
tonight.
yay. Yeah, it's a lady's voice.
Yeah, it was a
I
lady's
heard
voice.
it
Yeah.
twice.
That's why I wasn't going to say anything, but I said I better say something because I'm going to go nuts over this on the show. If I don't say a word, I'm not going to know what's going on here.
And Commander, can you guys help me out here? I see a tiny circle on the left-hand corner above everybody's little profile picture. Like yours says
Yeah.
host, then Cliff says 6, Paranormal says
Oh, yeah.
4. I have
And yours
9.
says 9. That means
What's
people
that?
like that means that's a like, that people like you.
What does
So
that
they say
mean?
it just means they like what they like, your comments, they like you. It's just a
Oh,
thing that
got it.
TikTok
Yeah,
has.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think
yeah.
those
Like
are
when you do
coins.
a
That's the
video.
amount of likes you got.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I know what that is. Okay, interesting. Oh, okay.
And you just got a rose.
Yeah, you
Keep
just got a
sending me
rose too, yeah.
roses. Those
See?
are gifts. They're gifts.
Yeah, you
Those
get
little
gifts.
numbers gifts. People
Yeah,
send
Yeah,
TikTok
you get
is,
gifts.
is,
send you
is
gifts.
fun, isn't it? TikTok is fun. It's interesting. Well, no, I can tell all you guys are normal. There was one
Look
I
at
got.
that. Now you're up to 28. Wow.
I don't badmouth anyone ever, but I won't even
You're
say
popular
I
tonight.
said, oh no, these
Well,
poor people.
you're a celebrity.
They were two drug addicts talking about something totally different, but they did mention, and he said, "Oh, poor things, they're on drugs." So I mean, it's just, hey, you see TikTok, you see it all, right? You see everything.
Right.
Yep.
And so Elena is saying, have any of you seen orbs? I've not seen orbs, but other people in my
Thanks so much. It was good.
have seen orbs here. Thank you for the hat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hollywood.
We appreciate that.
Okay.
Alicia's getting a lot of
Well,
a
thank
lot of
you.
roses.
That's so sweet.
Well,
Thank
everybody's
you.
Lucky's
getting
going
stuff. Wow.
crazy.
I appreciate it.
So much.
So did
Yeah,
we
are you
get you
talking
hooked on
about-
the show yet, Footsie?
Are they talking about
Yeah.
the orbs? Like sometimes people have pictures and there's like a orb like in a picture or
hmm Well, there's a number of people here that have seen orbs, but there's another person, my friend James. I call him the orb person. He actually has tons of orbs that he's on a galactic level dealing with and connected with, and so it's pretty amazing. Some of the people I know here, and you'll see these people. They're pretty regular on here with their broadcast, with their lives or whatever, and so yeah. Alina says, I started to see a few coming out from the ground under bedroom window outside. Interesting, Elena. Hey, Dustin, good to see you. SML says, I've seen orbs.
Yeah, James. James is actually, he's a hospice nurse, and he is so loving and compassionate soul. And he usually does a meditation on TikTok at about 9 o'clock every night. He does a little guided meditation. And if you've ever done any kind of group meditation, it does pump the energy up versus just trying to do it by yourself. So go by and see James. He goes by Yes You Are. That's his
that's
name.
his
Yeah.
name.
He's
So a lot of people on
wonderful.
TikTok have names,
Yeah.
and James is really authentic in everything. When I met him, he's one of those real people that you can definitely get galactic information. And the orbs he deals with are more galactic orbs, not your regular orbs from people that have passed on. He deals with more galactic levels of orbs, quite a
Nice.
bit. Yeah.
Mhm. Do you guys mind?
Yeah,
I don't want to disconnect at all with you guys. I need to put my hair up and put her to bed. Can I just come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much, Commander. I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, bye, you guys. Say good night.
Aw.
Good
Yeah, I'm
night.
now
gonna try.
I'm gonna pop down, Commander. Thanks for having me
Okay.
up. You have a great night.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
All right.
excited to hear about
Thank you.
April's trip and glad she's back safe and sound. And
Yeah,
I'm
she needs to
curious
get some
to
rest.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to
No.
process. She's got to mentally process all this.
Yeah, you
But
know, it's one of
Yeah.
those things. Yeah.
but you know, I wonder if she knows about the hey or the yay that happened, because that would
When
be
she comes on
interesting. If
tomorrow night, I'll ask
Yeah.
her
we'll have
about that.
That
When
would be.
we'll have to
she's
ask.
got
Yes,
to be
for
somewhat
sure.
exhausted. That's been a long trip. I mean,
Yes.
people when I say
Yes.
long trip, it is a long trip because when she's off planet, it could have been for weeks. Now she came back within 2 hours, I think. Well, she came. It took longer than that. She came back whenever she came back. She just came back.
Yeah. Well, I
So
think it's
tomorrow night we'll find
mentally.
out.
Yeah, I think it's just mentally overwhelming. So
Yeah,
she's
it is.
let's let her process. So, all
Yeah.
right, you guys have a
Del,
great night. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it.
Good
no
night,
problem. And
everyone.
Night.
Delta
Good night.
605 recorded the hay. So that's good. And my show is being recorded now. So on my YouTube channel, I'll be listening to the interview and I'll be listening for the hay. So, so it's been quite a show. We're going to stay on for a little bit longer. She's playing. The dog is not sleeping.
He doesn't want to go to bed.
He doesn't want to go to
The
bed.
dog,
I want to go
dog,
back on the show.
the dog is
You
addicted
got
to
a cosmic
encounter.
doggy.
The dog is saying, "Let me go
Oh
back
my
on the
God.
show." Look, the dog wants to be here. Now, my show
Oh
attracts.
boy.
I have.
In a crate. He didn't go in.
I'm being followed by dogs on the show here now. See, there you go. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. So yeah. Oh, she just said she was gone a month. Okay, I didn't see that part. So she was April, will be with
Wow.
April tomorrow night. Our friend April has been gone a month. How come I didn't see that? Oh, I see it. She's been gone a month. Let me just, for people who didn't see it, April's
So
been gone a month.
are the days different? Like when somebody says, okay, a month, anywhere from 28 to 30 days, Earth days, is that like one day up there? Like what's the?
There's no time in space, so how do I describe this? When she's gone a month, which is maybe she was gone for, I think, over 2 hours tonight, Earth time. A month in space there's no way of timing it. It's just a month. It's just that she's out there for a month and then she comes back. But she's back in.
Is this the lady two nights ago? She was explaining that she takes a nail off for each day that she sees sunlight.
Yes.
She takes a
Yeah.
nail
Yes,
off.
that's correct.
That's
That's
April.
correct. That's April.
Because they don't have clocks. There's no way of telling what the time is on the ship. So each day that passes, she takes a nail
She
off.
just got back tonight. You said this was Tuesday night.
She was on my show just the other night, and yes, she takes the nail off when she's on the ship when she comes back because there is no clocks. There's no time in space.
But you
That's
said
the only
she
way
got back tonight from 30 days.
from being off planet a month. He just came back just a little bit ago.
Oh, but she
Earth
was on the
time.
show 2 nights ago.
Well, she was on the show 2 nights ago, but she also went off planet tonight on her live before, probably when I was going live at that conjuncture, she was actually taken off planet.
She was gone about 2 Earth hours roughly, but she was gone a month in space.
Oh, got it. Okay, so 2 hours would be 30 days.
Yes.
They tried to return you as close to the time as what they took you, so that your family doesn't miss you. It could be 20
Yeah.
minutes, 15 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
And when they come to get you, do you see them or do they put you to sleep?
No, you're
No.
physically
I'm
awake. They
being
don't put you to
serious, by
sleep.
the way. These are genuine questions.
No, I know they
They
are. No,
they actually showed up during her live. Her father, her space father, came on first, and she said, "My dad is here." And then he was dancing with her a little bit with the music, and then the rest of the family came, and then she said, "I have to go."
right.
And you guys got to witness all this on live video.
Yes.
Well, they did.
Yes.
I didn't. I was doing my live. I went on at 11:07.
It was her live, just like the Commander's show is live now. We were watching her live, and it happened while everybody was watching.
And did
Right.
they look human to you?
Oh, they are human. Let me explain
Oh,
something.
okay.
This is where people need to understand this. They are taller than the men and women are taller than we are. They are very
Okay.
loving spiritual people. They are vegetarians. They grow
Okay.
their own vegetables and food. They have a living ship where they live. They have a working ship, which is the ship that does all the mission work, meaning all the serious work. But they do have
Okay.
different ships. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I'm going to show you something here. Let me see.
Do they
I'm going
have
to show you. I'm going
animals?
to show.
Do they have
Yes.
pets?
Yes, they do. Yes.
They have
Yes.
pets.
Yep. Let me see if I can.
There's 4
Oh.
different ships that April has described already. There's a weather ship, which cleans our oceans and our air, and that one can shapeshift. It starts out like a spear, and it can shapeshift into different things. Then there's the living ship where they live on, and that's the one that has all the forest things growing where all the food is. Then there's the working ship, which it's like their office, what you'd call an office. And then there's the waiting ship where all of the ones that's down here, star seeds, where their bodies are in
stasis.
stasis. Yeah,
Now
and
this ship
that
here,
ship is very heavily protected.
and this is one of the ships she took a picture of when it was still winter.
That's the weather
This
ship.
is a weather ship. The weather ship
Yeah.
is there to help clean our environment and replenish our water, and it's one of our Ashtar Command spaceships, the weather ship. This one right here.
So what you're showing me, that is the very closest shape to Roswell. The picture that you're showing me.
So this is not similar to the Roswell craft because this is an actual Ashtar Command weather ship. It's a ship used for our environment, to clean our environment. So it's a very specific purpose versus the Roswell thing, which was a saucer shaped craft. This thing is way bigger. Way bigger. Yeah. Now I'll show you something else. Let me see if I can do this.
Oh, someone just gave you a big gift. Very, very interesting. The ship itself is alive and the people are on it.
Okay,
Yes.
let me go on a big screen here for a minute if I can. Let me see here.
To take plastic out of the ocean also.
So this here is a big ship. This here is a mothership, and if you look closely here, you'll see this is a picture of a ship in Vermont that she took in the mountains, and this is an actual Ashtar Command ship, and you can see the space people looking through the window if you look carefully. And then this is an Ashtar Command spaceship.
I know my glasses aren't that good, but I can't see. I can only just see a little bit of light.
Yeah, that's the mothership. It's above the mountains in northern Vermont, where she is.
The picture.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't. But I wish I could. Okay. And I just changed the color of my
But
screen.
you can see the people, like little, like in the blur.
No,
See
I
it.
can't. I can't
The
see any.
Yeah.
energy
Yeah.
is
I wish I could.
can really count pretty well.
But I'm gonna go back to my original stream. When I did the enhancing, I ended up messing up myself here. Let me just go back to effects. Okay, well, that was, let's do this here. Hold on a minute.
Wow, 12 new messages. I don't know how people are sending me messages. I'm just trying to listen to you guys. I can't read messages right now.
All right. Well, anyway, it's getting up to 1:30 almost in the morning. And we've been on since 11:07 p.m. tonight on Encounters. For the people that are new here, thanks for coming in. This is a live show, and of course it's live. We're on every night. Tomorrow night is our Ashtar Command Q&A. I'll be making a video in the morning about that. And my face went dark because somehow when I went to do the other thing, it changed my face. So now you see half of me and the other half of me you don't see. All right, so I want to, the way it works also, my footsie, when we go live, like we'll be live tomorrow night at 11, you're welcome to join us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'm glad you found our show here, found me.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you on here.
Yes. The pleasure all mine. Thank you so much. And your guests are very polite. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow and have a nice evening. Thank you.
You too, my footsie. We're
Okay,
following
bye
you. I think
everyone.
we're following you.
Buddy.
Uh,
Bye, Kit Kat, Paranormal, Cliff, aka Papa.
Bye.
Thank
Papa
Thank
you,
Smurf.
you.
everyone. Ghostbusters, Cliff,
Hopper.
Judah Pickle. Okay.
I want to thank
Goodbye.
everybody for being here. I also want to send our blessings to April. Get some rest, April, and we'll see April tomorrow night on the show once she gets able to process. There's just a lot.
Yeah,
She
good night,
came
April,
back
if you're
to
watching.
Earth. Yeah, she's watching because I think she's still here, just sitting, relaxing or something. Oh, no, she's off. She went off, so she probably went to sleep. So she'll hopefully get some rest. I want to thank everybody: Kit Kat, Papa Smurf, Paranormal Ghostbusters, everybody in the audience. We hit like 60,000. No big deal. We'll do with 100,000 tomorrow night. And everybody follow everybody. Please follow my show. Good night, Alcove. Good to see you, everybody. So we'll see you all later, and we'll take it easy, everybody. This has been Encounters, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Let's see here. Press my little button. It should work.